Bill, you've just heard the reporting there regarding the sidelining of Nord Stream 2. It's a bold move by the Germans. In your view, is it the right one, and what are the near-term implications?
I think it's the right move. It's proportional. I don't think it's completely dead, but for right now, it is a tactic. In the short term, during the winter, given the recent weather forecast, Europe is going to come out of the woods. They won't have a crisis situation where people are running out of gas and we're in extreme scarcity pricing. We do have concerns over the summer for the refill for next winter. A lot of people counted on those NS2 volumes being flowing during next winter or late this summer. If that's not going to be on, we're going to have a very tight situation for some time to come on, where Europe won't have that much room to spare for errors, whether that be LNG trains going down or very cold or very hot weather that increases demand. And so prices may have to go higher to ration off demand.
Bill, we were talking about the implications here. I wanted to get a sense from you about what this means for pricing in the short, medium, and long term for European gas. Do you have a view on how this could potentially implicate an already quite significantly volatile market, given the fact that we already see Europe facing a real supply crunch? Some have even called this a European energy crisis. What's your take?
Yeah, my take is that, we should be okay on refill even without NS2. A lot of people didn't have NS2 coming in the summer, to about 84% of full going into next winter. But as you know, Europe doesn't have enough storage. It's very reliant on imported gas and LNG. And if anything goes wrong, we have a Norwegian outage or a train go out in the LNG, it's going to be potentially chaos to the upside. And given that Russia has shown prior to this incident, as NS2 was being delayed and Ukraine tensions have been building up, they are not willing to come into the spot market to save Northwest Europe from high gas prices. They want long-term contracts, they want NS2, and they're willing to withhold any kind of spot sales in order to achieve those objectives. So we're in a very precarious situation for Europe. It looks okay for now, but we cannot be inducing demand. We cannot have low prices. We cannot, unfortunately, turn back on some of the industry that has turned off relative to as a result of these high prices, given that we're in such a tight scenario and we need to refill for the winter.
So Bill, just elaborate on that point for me. You said chaos to the upside. What would the most severe package of sanctions being flagged actually mean for the price of European natural gas?
There's a saying, what's the price of power when the lights go out? So the extreme scenario where we're not seeing flows through the Ukraine and seeing gas flow to Northwest Europe, we're essentially talking about having gas to make sure that people don't die in the winter and power plants are able to run, and we're not having rolling blackouts during the summer. I don't think that scenario is going to happen. I think each side's moves have been proportional, and I believe that diplomacy will ultimately find a way. But in the case that there is a hot summer or a cold winter, or things that do not allow Europe to buffer themselves for next winter, there isn't enough reliable supply to protect them from any type of price spikes. And so prices would have to go high enough so that the only use would be for heating homes and keeping people alive. And that's a price that I haven't seen. I don't know what that is. In the US, it's gone to $6,000 per megawatt hour, or at very, very high prices. And that's usually been only a couple of days. I can't imagine it being for months or a winter season, and what kind of economic damage that would have on Northwest Europe. It's already been a painful year for them energy-wise.